Major injury updates today on today's episode of the Rams Digest. We're also going to talk about how the Rams can go into LA or go into SoFi Stadium and beat the Buffalo Bills. All on today's episode of the Rams Digest. I'm your host, Josh Giron. If you guys have not subscribed yet, do me a favor right here, right now, and press that subscribe button. The numbers are improving. They're looking good. They're looking better. 93%. We're up a couple more percent of people who are watching who are not subscribed. Just a quick reminder, it is free. It's not going to cost you anything to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Do us a favor. Let us know you like what you see. Let us know you keep coming back. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any more daily Rams content. Let's go over this. Should be a quick-ish video today as we're going over a quick injury update. And I think the important thing here is that there are not that many injuries, right? And so we talked about this a couple of days ago on the Rams Digest. I did mention we need all hands on deck for this game or the next couple of games, right? The rest of the season, you want to make sure that we have the least amount of injuries as possible. And in this week's Rams update, we have very few, basically almost non-existent injuries, which is kind of crazy, kind of unique to have right at this point in the season. We're talking about week 14 for the Rams to be here, knock on wood, very healthy at this point in the season compared to most teams in the NFL, right? To go ahead and they have two players on the injury report, and it's actually just Alaric Jackson, the offensive lineman who is dealing with the actual foot injury who missed practice, and then we are also dealing with Cooper Kupp missing practice, but that is 100% not injury related. Confirmation that he is just resting, trying to get ready for this game versus the Buffalo Bills. So, positive news for sure. Very, very positive news. And also we did kind of discuss this the other day, right? We talked about Matthew Stafford and what his situation was going to be. A little bit concerned, right? Worried about Matthew Stafford maybe not being ready to play. Turns out Matthew Stafford was a full participant on practice on Wednesday. So he was there at practice, full participant. Definitely something that we all want to see as Rams fans. Again, it was going to be tough to go into this game with anybody missing, let alone their quarterback, Matthew Stafford. So full participant in practice, not even limited. So very exciting news. The Rams look like, knock on wood, again, cross your fingers. Hopefully nothing happens in Thursday's practice, but we are going to move into Sunday's game looking pretty healthy again compared to most teams in the NFL at this moment. So positive news for sure for the Rams on the injury report side of things. And the other thing that we want to talk about today is Rams beating the Bills. We're going to talk about why we're talking about what the odds are, right? The Rams can go into SoFi Stadium and beat the Buffalo Bills. The Bills coming off a win versus San Francisco 49ers. Sorry if you guys heard a dog, by the way. My dog may have barked right now. The San Francisco 49ers did just lose to the Buffalo Bills, again, helping the Rams' odds and chances in terms of making the playoffs, trying to win our division still against teams like San Fran and Seattle and Arizona. Interesting news here, as we have someone reporting that the Rams can do the unthinkable. This is coming from Fox Sports. The screenshot I have here is pulled up from Sports Illustrated, but this is coming from Fox Sports, and we'll talk about what Jeff Schwartz had to say in a second. But going into this game versus Buffalo, right? Buffalo locked in their division. Now, don't get me wrong. Locking in your division does not mean that you're all of a sudden going to give up on the season and everything's great. The Buffalo Bills do still have a pretty good opportunity to try and continue to win games so they can compete for the number one seed in the AFC. So, of course, they're going to come in still hungry, ready to win. But, they are coming off a fairly easy win versus the San Francisco 49ers, right? They beat them pretty handily. And so you kind of start to think that maybe this is a team after they lock up their division that's going to maybe come into this game not really anticipating much of a fight from the Los Angeles Rams. Of course, I think every team and every locker room is going to be in their locker room mentioning, hey, we can't do this, we can't get down, we can't play down to their level. Not to say, again, that the Rams are not anywhere in the stratosphere of what the Buffalo Bills are, but the Rams who are going into this game, we understand, are the underdog, right? We are the lesser team in this situation. So going into this game versus Buffalo, you're starting to think that can Buffalo come in and just kind of have be caught off guard. They're coming out of a game in the snow, nationally televised game. They win by a lot of points. They're playing a team that maybe San Francisco in the last couple of years has been looked at as a better team than the Rams. And so now you're going into playing the Rams, maybe a lesser opponent in the Buffalo Bills perspective. Again, they're going to be preaching the mentality to avoid a quote-unquote trap game. But the reality is, they still may come in and take the Rams a little bit lightly. And we already talked about this multiple times on the Rams Digest. This is not a team to take lightly at all. They play hard regardless. Shout out to Sean McVay for doing what he's got to do to get this team ready to play week in and week out. Again, regardless of the fact that maybe most teams or most GMs or most fan bases out there may not look at the Rams as the most talented defensive team, for example, all around defensively. Maybe not the most talented offensive team in terms of offensive linemen you have. And, of course, you got the great receivers and the good quarterback and of course the great running back in Kyren Williams. But generally speaking, the Rams aren't the most talented team in the NFL. So looking at all those factors, maybe we can get the Buffalo Bills to come into the SoFi Stadium on Sunday and take the Rams a little bit lightly, and then obviously be in for a rude awakening. At least that's the hope that we have as Rams fans. And so this story right here is a quote from Jeff Schwartz from Fox Sports. He says, when the Rams have a healthy Matt Stafford, all his weapons, they are a hard out. They can score points in different ways, and their young defense is aggressive and will pressure Josh Allen. And this is all, Jeff Schwartz talking about this before he makes his prediction, saying that, he can't really explain it any other way other than he just likes the Rams this Sunday versus the Buffalo Bills. He likes the matchup. Again, it's coming off of a snow game, an easy win versus a pretty good team over the last couple years in the San Francisco 49ers for the Buffalo Bills, coming into SoFi, coming into LA, maybe anticipating, again, an easier win, not really expecting a fight out of the Los Angeles Rams, and we're hoping that a Matthew Stafford-led team with Cooper Kupp healthy, with Puka Nacua healthy, and by the way, Cooper Kupp rested as well, right? Healthy Kyren Williams, the offensive line is relatively healthy. The defense is young, aggressive, fast, playing good football right now in general. So can we get a great performance from the Rams on both sides of the football, coming into Buffalo, knock them in the teeth, win the game, surprise the NFL, put the NFL on notice that the Rams are not going to be an easy out. This may be, at this point of the season, the biggest game of the season for the Los Angeles Rams, just in terms of what it means to the team, what it will mean for the team in terms of their playoff hopes, what it will mean for the team in terms of their confidence going into the playoffs. Say you win this game, all of a sudden you're 7-6, you're getting close to that point where maybe you can make that push to win the division. If you win the division, now we're talking about a team that is confident going into the playoffs, shown that they can beat some of the best teams in the NFL like the Buffalo Bills, and are playing their best football at the best time. That is the hope. That is a dream, right, scenario for us Rams fans. So hopefully that's what we can do going into Sunday's matchup versus the Buffalo Bills. It is Thursday, still a little early. Give me a couple days, and maybe we'll go out here and make a prediction for what I feel the game is going to look like on Sunday. I'll actually be at the game on Sunday here at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So, definitely excited to be there. I'll be in the building, and I'll definitely give my prediction at some point this weekend. You guys go ahead and drop your predictions now if you like, or drop how you're feeling in general. How are you guys feeling about this game versus the Buffalo Bills? Are you confident? Are you worried? Are you nervous? Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 down in the comments below. Again, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. That's going to do it for me on today's episode of the Rams Digest. I'm out.